So we were discussing upstairs like your music. It's all instrumental. So
Yeah.
what kind of message, if any, are you trying to get across with purely instrumental music?
It's a good question. I would say that if you don't take a stance, then people will kind of like put a genre on you or try to tell you what you are,
Put you in a box.
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
You're an alternative band.
Yeah, and if there's lyrics, you're basically screaming out what you're all about and your intentions and your thoughts and your fears and whatever your lyrics are about, But in an instrumental band's case, unless the only thing that communicates with people is logo and artwork and whatever images that they could get from a social network that's attached to the band or anything like of that nature, So basically your artwork and your name and your performance is really the only language you have if you're an instrumental band, since there's no words.
Yeah, when I've seen you guys play live, it generally invokes there's emotion that I could feel from the music that's real strong emotion. Like when I say emotion, I mean like get that feeling in your stomach. You can feel it makes you want to get up, makes you want to dance, makes you want to move. Whether you're actually getting up and doing that or if it's just making you feel really good. It's definitely feel good music. I could say that. I would hate to try to put it in a box or classify it. I mean, I know there are a lot of single artists out there and artists playing in two pieces that can produce better music than I've seen bands with 8 members that have beautiful gear. It's just they're wearing it really nicely.
Excellent. Take a stance. To finish the question that you asked 20 minutes ago, just like to loop it really quick. I would like our artwork to be reminiscent of a monolithic slab. That I just want everything to be really bigger, since we're kind of overcompensating for having not a lot of members by turning up loud and playing kind of this louder music. But that's the only thing we could hope for, is that our artwork conveys some sort of feeling like that. Because we're not going to use that anyway, you know what I'm saying? You're going to edit stuff anyway.
Cut out.
Yeah, exactly. Look that really bad.
In there, you're just gonna. I want this beep string of beeps, dude.
Yeah.
Oh,
You can get the
You wanted us to
the
play
syllables.
You wanted us to play some music for you too, correct?
Yeah. You guys are gonna showcase a couple songs from your end.
I'd like to thank my drum set. Rob's guitar.
Drum set for not breaking.
I like
my
to
guitar
thank
for not losing any
Franklin
strings
for
during the
discovering
set.
electricity.
This song is called Station. Ready, Rob?
No.
Shut it off.
No.
Alright, well that was that first one. That was White
It was
Dwarf.
the start, for you guys as putting music out, musically. I know you've done
us
several
together.
Yeah, because I know you guys
Honestly,
have rocked out to a couple
we've
local
been
shows.
friends for a long time, and we've always kind of definitely crossed paths musically. We were both musicians and we were really good friends. I mean, nothing concrete ever really happened. We had a lot of fun. We had an old band, KSFP, years and years ago. It was like a 2-3 piece. We had a couple of our buddies that came and jammed with us, and we've always just kind of, we'd be at a party and there'd be 2 guitars or a drum set and a guitar, and we'd rock out for everybody. And we finally, circumstances were finally there for us to just be able to rock every day, like, whenever we wanted, just rock on tap. So it's been really nice.
It's been a progression over the years.
Oh, definitely. Like, we've always kind of intermingled. We both have, done our own things. I was in hardcore bands forever, and he was, did a lot of his solo stuff and played drums in a couple of really cool bands. Sang for a couple bands, really spread himself out there, did a lot of work.
Yes, I remember meeting Kevin when you were playing with, what was that band, Circle in the Drain.
And Death Valley Retreat, too.
Yeah, you were doing Death Valley Retreat. There was a couple of shows you played out on Will Manic at the Wrench in the Works.
And stuff, but we're kicking ideas around for where we actually want to record the first EP. And we've already
4 or 5 songs,
probably about that.
Something.
And we started already working out artistic aspects of it, as far as like the booklet and stamps, and we do all our own artwork. We do our self-distribution. We record everything right here where we're gonna play for everybody. We do everything ourselves, and we're trying to get some finances up, obviously, so we can make something happen with a release and get something out there for people so they can actually listen to it. Vinyl would be really nice.
Yeah, vinyl is definitely...
Vinyl's a lot of fun, I mean...
Ready?
The song is called White Dwarf. computers in the recording or mixing or editing process of our music. The only place we need them for is for duplicating our demos. So, you know, that's one thing that we've done is tried to like really just keep it old school with an 8-track digital recorder, and everything just comes off of that and is recorded onto that instead of using. I don't want to badmouth any computer programs, but neither of us even own a laptop, first of all, so we do all our recording on old equipment with, you know, not the greatest microphones in the world, and it comes out the way it is, and sonically, since we've done all of our own stuff.
Dubbed over.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I have my bit of experience with sound engineering and recording, and I guess if you want to use the big P word, production, we try to stay away from that. Really all it is engineering, recording, and mic placement. So, you know, we don't really take that kind of stuff that seriously. We don't take equipment that seriously. We're more about passion and the actual playing the music instead of worrying about, oh, look at my killer gear, look how rad my EQ is. That stuff is cool.
You do have a rad EQ.
He does have rad EQ, but it doesn't matter.
It is
Not to take anything away from nice equipment, it's wonderful, but you know, it's more just about the emotion and the soul that we put into it and the sweat every night when we perform. And you know, I'd really just like to hurt myself every show. I don't want to impale myself on anything, but
I kind of want you to.
I know you do. He wants to hit me in the head with a guitar, basically, but.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Alright, this one's called Simple Beautiful.
Simple, beautiful.
Simple Beautiful.
Damage.
Yeah.
If there was a band that you could do a split release with, like who would you like to really?
I would say FFT or Good Citizens. I think I've already expressed that to
We're really
Matt.
in love with those two guys lately. Like,
Well, they're really the
both
only
those
two bands that I
and-
really feel. I don't know. I feel like we have some sort of common thread as them. Obviously, Good Citizens is a two-piece. I think that is the lure to that EP making sense as a split, correct? You know what I mean? Like two duos that play like instrumental music. Obviously, that's like a cool fit. And just FFT. I mean, even though Danny sings, it's still got such a. If you go and see those guys live, it's still really. There's a lot of
Very
music
intense
there.
Experience.
Yeah, and there's just a lot of music, and I think, I don't know, I just respect it. I'd say those are the two bands that, even a three-way split, that would be rad. I don't know if they'd be interested, but everybody's kind of affiliated with the label.
We are
Saying
a
anything
young
bad about
band.
anybody.
We are a young band, and we definitely kept ourselves real busy playing shows and just writing as much as possible.
Demoing and practicing.
We've been really busy, and for the amount of time that we spent together, we've got a nice little foundation built that I think we can really substantiate something on. Once we get, like I said, another member or two in here,
Right.
kind of
Like nothing's fully realized.
Yeah,
basically.
it's still
We're
it's
still babies at this, and we're
in
trying
our
to just learn.
infancy, and there's definitely a lot of room for growth and expansion. Because I like to think that we maintain this anonymous genre, we can get really heavy and really techy, but really pretty and really soft and really everything to make you feel this palette of emotions, I guess, and whatever it is, but I think being without a singer and without any of that stuff, as raw as it is right now.
But even auxiliary stuff like samples
Yeah,
or
definitely.
sequences, programming of any sort, funk tools, which we would refer to all these things as, and stuff like that. There's room for a lot of stuff. If you listen to any of our home recordings, there's a lot of lap guitar in there. With some
A lot of
gain,
strange
overdrive,
layers.
strange layers, panned left and right in all types of funky ways. But it's really the only way to keep
I've always been my
interesting.
my school of thought has been kind of the opposite of a lot of other bands and musicians, where they go into the studio or wherever and they create this album, this product, and then they take that product and try to put it on the stage, and they practice that album and play it perfectly on stage and whatever. You're touring to promote your full length and blah, you know what I mean? Whereas I've always kind of thought opposite of that is, you try to take what you do on stage and the feeling of playing on stage and just everything about it, and trying to capture that on a record, which is always tough. So a lot of the recording that we do is really just live and raw and stuff, because
it's always at 10 in the morning over a coffee,
it really
for the
it's
most
just
part.
as real as possible. I've never been a big fan of crazy overproduction,
Into,
accountability.
we just don't put a lot of stock into silly things. We just really practice and try to make our music just be what it's about right now. If we had a crazy name and we talked about really polarizing issues, it might really take away from. Let's face it, Rob's Tapping is not everyday music. It's not like classic rock. It's not even like any kind of conventional pop music that you would hear. It's more of at the risk of sounding pretentious, it's more just, it's free, it's like art. There's no rules. It's just expression.
Right.
And sound waves, anything expressive is.
That's why I'm able, I think, to have so much fun with it, is because you play a palm muted open E boom, you know what I mean, you're heavy, you know what I mean, you turn the distortion off and you're folk band. It's just I and that's why I love playing guitar, I think, the way I do, because I can do whatever I want. We have so many different things going on. We're
No boundaries.
Yeah, it's just so open and it's so free. We can go anywhere and do anything we want. And
That's pretty much what we're trying to do right now.
we're just a rock and roll band.
We have.
Doing commercials. All right. This song's called Orange Whip.
Orange Whip, Orange Whip.